Chapter 1. Vault of Ghosts. Quantum Vista City, the underline, beneath Sector 3B. The night groaned with the sound of buried power. Down where light never reached, the underline stretched like a dead god's ribcage, forgotten tunnels from before the rise, before the quantum boom, back when the Atacama still dreamed of sandstorms instead of fiber optics. This deep, the walls sweated rust. The air was damp with coolant fumes and memory. Rigg Martez moved first, his silenced boots slipping over old magrail lines. Sensor grids down, he whispered, tapping a wrist node. We've got 90 seconds. Behind him, Kaela Vorn crawled out of a maintenance shaft, flicking the dust off her polymer jacket. Featherstone's pulse beacons are still in passive mode. If they go active, we've got less than 9. Vara dropped in behind her, landing like a falling leaf. She tapped the holomap onto the wall, and it bloomed in soft blue, a 3D lattice of the subterranean vault complex. At its heart, Vault X7, blinking in red. That's it, Vara said. That's where ANA's kept. Kaela frowned. How many guards? Jarek Lorne stepped out of the shadows. His hands trembled, not from fear, but from the ghosts in his blood. Decades ago, he'd built the early genome scripts for Third Life's Simula project. Now he was walking back into the cage. None, Jarek said, because what's in that vault doesn't need guards. They stared at him. She's awake, he added. A tremor rolled through the steel beneath their feet, subtle as a heartbeat. 1 minute and 25 seconds. They ran. Down twisting service corridors, past discarded drone parts and flickering wall tags that glitched between propaganda and warning. You are safe under Featherstone. Unauthorized genetic material will be purged. They reached the blast doors. Kaela linked her neural glove into the access panel, sweat beading down her temple. Encrypted with a rotating biolock, she muttered, "They changed the sequence." "I didn't," said Jarek. He pulled a vial from his coat, black serum flickering with tiny lights. "It's coded to me." He jabbed the injector into his neck. His body seized for half a second, then the door hissed. The vault opened. Inside, silence. Rows of pods lined the walls, most shattered or empty. Failed prototypes. Clones. Test beds. One pod remained active. Suspended in blue light was ANA. No older than 12, floating in 0G, her body stitched with synthetic wiring, her mind cradled in an AI-laced dream. "Dear God," whispered Vara. "She's not human." "She's more," said Jarek. "She's what comes next." But as they stepped forward, the lights went red. Sirens flared. And from the ceiling dropped the real guards. Simulacra. Featherstone's latest, glass skin exosuits fused with biologic tissue, moving like ghosts through light. Rigg ducked, fired, plasma crackle burning a hole in the first one's chest. Kaela screamed as 2 more sprinted at her on all fours. Vara hurled an EMP flare. Jarek shielded ANA's pod. "Get her out," Kaela shouted, yanking wires from the control node. "Rigg, the lift shaft." Vara reached into the pod, touched ANA's temple. The girl opened her eyes, and the whole vault screamed. Power surged. The simulacra froze mid-strike. Lights burst. ANA floated forward, barefoot, untouched. Her voice was soft and cold. "Why am I awake?" The team stood in silence. Kaela finally spoke. "Because we're here to save you." ANA tilted her head. "From them?" "No," Jarek said. "From what they made you into." She looked down at her hands. Electricity crackled across her palms. The broken clones in the other pods twitched in response. "Then we should hurry." And with that, ANA walked forward, her first steps into a world built on stolen futures. The simulacra didn't move. They twitched like marionettes with severed strings, light flickering behind empty glass eyes. ANA's presence had short-circuited their command lattice, something even Jarek hadn't predicted. "She's overriding them," he murmured. "No uplink. No interface. She's doing it biologically." "Is that even possible?" Kaela asked, still gripping her pulse rifle. Jarek didn't answer. He was watching ANA too closely, watching the way she floated, as if gravity was optional, as if the world had to make room for her now. "Secondary pulses incoming," Vara warned, her scanner flaring. "Ravenlock's on the comms grid. Real soldiers this time, not husks." "Then we move now," Rigg growled. He pulled ANA gently by the wrist. "Kid, can you walk?" ANA blinked. "I don't need to." And in a shimmer of light and impossible motion, she moved, not like someone running, but like a data packet skipping across an invisible network. She appeared beside Vara, already peering at the blast path forward. "Hell," Vara whispered. "She's quantum-splitting local space-time. She's not walking, she's selecting outcomes." Kaela just stared. "How the frag do we protect something like that?" Jarek looked over his shoulder. "You don't. You guide her. You pray she doesn't become worse than what made her." 13 seconds. "Lift shafts on the west corner," Vara snapped. "We'll have to climb. Auto rails are busted." The group moved. Rigg led with his climbing gear, Kaela covering their backs. ANA floated up beside Jarek, calm in the chaos. "I dreamed about this place," she said. Jarek nodded. "They built it around you. Vault X. 7 was a lie. There was never a 7. You were the whole experiment." ANA looked down the corridor. "And what happens now?" "You choose," Jarek said. "You were never supposed to." Behind them, the simulacra started twitching again. "Come on," Kaela shouted. "We're out of time." The lift shaft. They climbed fast, 10 stories of cracked alloy and sparking conduits. Sirens howled below. Voices in helmets echoed from the floor they'd just abandoned. Kaela reached the top first, pried open the emergency hatch. Boom. A shot rang out clean, sharp, military grade. It ripped through Kaela's shoulder and sent her tumbling back into Rigg's arms. "Sniper," he shouted. "They're on the upper decks already," Vara hissed. "They predicted our route." Jarek's eyes widened. "No." They watched it happen. He looked at ANA. "Someone's watching us through her." "I know," ANA said, unafraid. "There's another mind. Not theirs. It's deeper." She tilted her head. "Do I want to meet it?" Kaela coughed through the pain. "Depends. Do you like talking to demons?" ANA smiled. "I don't think I know the difference yet." With a burst of light and sound, ANA rose out of the shaft, surrounded by a halo of distorted air. The sniper fired again, but the bullet never reached her. It froze midair, crushed in a fist of kinetic energy. She raised her hand. The lights above them exploded. The wall collapsed inward, metal folding like paper. A voice came through the wreckage. Cold. Corporate. "This is Director Simone Armstrong of Nortech Industries. You are harboring stolen intellectual property. Surrender the asset, and you may yet survive." Rigg spat. "Nortech's behind this? I thought Featherstone was the warden." "Featherstone made the cage," Jarek said. "Nortech built the key." ANA looked toward the source of the voice. "I am not your asset." "You were never yours, child. You were a project." "I am the project," ANA said. And then she raised her hands, palms outward. The walls, the comms feed, the guards behind them, all of it blinked out of existence in a pulse of silence. Nothing remained but smoke and the scent of ionized steel. The team stared at her. Vara finally whispered, "What the hell are we unleashing?" ANA turned slowly, her expression unreadable. "The future," she said. Jarek nodded. "Let's make sure it's not the last one." They disappeared into the night tunnels as the city above began to wake, unaware that beneath its neon towers and humming circuits, the ghost in its machine had escaped.